What is up, YouTube? How y'all doing? Yeah. Check it out, man. Hey, look, man. Look. Y'all wanna know why this how come Uncle Mike can't get his work done, y'all. This is why I can't get my work done, because I'm hooked on looking at stuff like this. Check this out. Wait a minute. I'm gonna start it from the beginning. Check this out. This will be killing me right here. Look, that was good right there. Look. Oops. That's what you get for cheating.
It's a fake Cybertruck I saw on DHgate.
Yeah, we got it from Timu, actually.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Watch this, there go another one. Oh my God, he mad. Oh damn, y'all. Oh my God.
I can jump. I can't know we live together and I'm in the same house as you.
Then she makes fun of you. You see that reaction?
Oh my God, man. That's why I can't get my work done. I was looking for another Jaguar. Oh, it changed. Oh man, okay. God dog it. Jesus Christ, I done lost the video I was gonna do, y'all. Anyway, maybe another. Check this out, man. Check this out. Jaguar Wright breaks silence on Diddy's allegations. Kris Jenner and Kris Jenner bad news. Epstein. Where my glasses at least that can help me not read. How y'all doing, man? Check this out, man. Uncle Mike is going up to Delaware or wherever. I gotta get the address and stuff. I think I might be leaving tonight, man. I got this jet lag from coming back from the Philippines, man, and I can't sleep, y'all. I've been up. I went to bed around 4:30, 5 o'clock this morning, and just laid there trying to sleep. So I said, what the heck? I might well get up and do some more reaction. So y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's check it out, man. Let's check this bad boy
So
out.
Ray J wants to cause a spectacle on Kaisen stream, and he gets kicked out for saying free Diddy, free Diddy.
Ray J, why are we talking about his oh my God. Ray J got
I went to the Diddy party. I'm the new Diddy.
What?
I'm the motherfucking new Diddy, nigga.
Let me know.
Hell yeah, I'm the new Diddy with all that.
No.
Bro, now I'm not talking about it like that. I swear to God.
Out, Ray J. Out.
Now, I think that Ray J is acting like this to please the P. Diddy clan. He was already, nearly jumped on 3 times and has been threatened by Diddy and his team, his camp, his sons. And so therefore he wants to just avoid any of that. And so he's now in a position where he's pro Diddy, trying to please.
Wait a minute, I'm over here. Wait a minute, man. I'm over here looking at the chat going up. 2 Diddy's, too far, Ray J. F no. Somebody said, what the and they said Ray J will do anything. Yeah. I think Ray J is what we used to call it in the studio a gopher. I think he a gopher, man. What is he doing to make money? How he's living the millionaire lifestyle? How? Okay. What if I'm right? Because Nicki Minaj had him on a show before and was saying all kinds of stuff, man, and had him almost kissing her butt like, yes, queen, and all this stuff. And that could have been a prank and all that stuff, like Orlando Brown does a lot of pranks and different things. But it's something about Ray J. There's pranking and a lot of joking and fun that don't have no finances behind it. Do you get what I'm saying? But on his side, that's just like this dude right here. I'm almost sure this dude like, bye, get out. That's crazy, man. One more time from the beginning.
So Ray J wants to cause a spectacle on Kaisen stream, and he gets kicked out for saying free Diddy, free Diddy.
I went to the Diddy party. I'm the new Diddy.
What?
I'm the motherfucking new Diddy, nigga.
Let me know.
Hell yeah, I'm the new Diddy with all that.
No.
Bro, now I'm not talking about it like that. I swear to God.
Out, Ray J. Out.
Now, I think that Ray J is acting like this to please the P Diddy clan. He was already, nearly jumped on 3 times and has been threatened by Diddy and his team, his camp, his son.
Oh, hell to the no. Like, what the? This is my kid. Yeah. My bad, y'all. Let's get back to the story. I'm sorry.
Ray J is acting like this to please the P Diddy clan. He was already, nearly jumped on 3 times and has been threatened by Diddy and his team, his camp, his sons. And so therefore he wants to just avoid any of that. And so he's now in a position where he's pro Diddy, trying to please him, please his master, so that when P Diddy gets out, which he now feels confident that he will because he's been acquitted of RICO, that they will obviously be best friends and that Ray J will be paid some kind of lump sum. He also doesn't want to have any more enemies, and he doesn't want to get beaten up by Diddy's sons, and so therefore he's acting like an idiot sitting here on Kaisen's stream. He got kicked off the stream live, which is just embarrassing. Purely embarrassing, guys. Hey guys, it's Marad Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well.
I don't care if it's a prank or not, or they just did it for a prank. My man was like, out, and you can still see his lips saying, out. This dude, I don't know who this dude is, but y'all, look, is that right? 162,000 people watching him now. Over 163. I think people left. He probably had 163,000. He looking at them numbers, baby. We watched the numbers. I'm just letting y'all know we watched these numbers. It looked like he used to have 163,000. I think that looks to me like Discord. Maybe he's a Discorder or something, this guy right here. I don't know him. And no disrespect, man. I mean, shout out to him. Hell, I would love to hear them half of those numbers. But what I'm saying is, out of 163,000, I think when Ray J came on, I'm guessing, y'all, it dropped down to 162,000. So people started leaving because of what he was saying. F you. I'm leaving. I'm just trying to bring some full circle to this stuff, man. That's crazy, man. Look at this. So, and he's still mouthing. Look at my man with the headphones on. Look at his mouth saying, out.
Like this to please the P Diddy clan. He was already, nearly jumped on 3 times and has been threatened by Diddy and his team, his camp, his sons. And so therefore he wants to just avoid any of that. And so he's now in a position where he's pro Diddy, trying to please him, please his master, so that when P Diddy gets out, which he now feels confident that he will because he's been acquitted of RICO, that they will obviously be best friends and that Ray J will be paid some kind of lump sum. He also doesn't want to have any more enemies, and he doesn't want to get beaten up by Diddy's sons. And so therefore he's acting like an idiot sitting here on Kaisen's stream. He got kicked off the stream live, which is just embarrassing.
Kaisenet. I don't know who that is, man. So my bad. He look a little younger also. But I know one thing. He was looking at them numbers. Believe you me, he saw them numbers going down, and what he talking about, he was like, oh, hell, you ain't going to tear down my platform. There's so many people that called me or said something about they going to take your platform away. You're going to let these people on your platform, they're going to take your platform away.
A bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
A bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
A bullshit.
That's
a bullshit.
Believe that. Uncle Mike in control of this mother over here, baby. Believe that. Here we go, y'all. Here we go. No more stopping.
Purely embarrassing, guys. Hey guys, it's Marad Morali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video, guys. And we're going to get into Miss Jaguar Wright, who has come forward officially, guys, in the matter of Parham versus Combe. Remember when multiple celebrities were mentioned, Drewski and etc. Jaguar Wright, guys, has officially entered the docket. She says that she was falsely identified or maliciously included and was unavailable to participate due to her coincident incarceration, and request to be removed from the lawsuit from the case imminently. This is what she states. I am the individual falsely named as a party or witness in the civil complaint filed by attorneys Sean R. Perez and Ariel Mitchell Kidd, and I am submitting this declaration in support of my request to be removed from the lawsuit. I have personal knowledge of the facts set forth here, and if called to testify, could and would competently testify to them. I was incarcerated at the time of the events alleged in the complaint and are said to have occurred. A certified copy of my incarceration records, including my bookings and release documentation, is attached. I had no physical presence, knowledge, participation, or communication relating to the incident, and I request the court to strike or dismiss me from this case. So she is stating that I wasn't even there. I was incarcerated. Here are the documents to prove that I was physically not in this place when this obviously all took place. Now, Drewski, of course, wants sanctions on the person who has come forth with this lawsuit, and the judge has so forth denied those sanctions as of right now. But Drewski himself is also fighting to get removed from this lawsuit, and so are the other celebrities. Basically, the way I see it, guys,
wait a minute. He said that the judge denied Drewski. I'm terrible with these names. God, I wish somebody else was sitting in this chair, man, and I was working the background. But what about Jaguar? Did they I declare underpinning perjury under the laws of the United States of California. Okay, she just filed it.
Has so forth denied those sanctions as of right now, but Drewski himself is also fighting to get removed from this lawsuit, and so are the other celebrities. Basically, the way I see it, guys, nobody was involved. Ashley Parham must have dreamt this, because all of these celebrities are saying that they're not involved. Jaguar Wright saying that she's not involved. They all have, alibis to fit the fact that they weren't physically there. So why are all of these names being mentioned, and why are these lawyers carrying this lawsuit, and why is this lawsuit not dismissed upon these lawyers' names? I don't understand that. It should have been dismissed by now. If these people are saying that we were not there, this is unfair, you put our name in this. Anyone's name, guys, can be dragged into this. Some people are agreeing with Jaguar, other people are not. Somebody's saying not quite buying it. She's quite a manipulative individual. We'll see how this plays out in court. Whereas other people say, well, she wasn't physically there, she was incarcerated, here are documents to prove so, take her out of the lawsuit. So people are looking at it from two different sides. From anybody who's even interested in this lawsuit, in this court case, they agree and some disagree. But she is self-representing herself, because hiring a lawyer is a lot of money.
Dude, first of all, you don't need to hire a lawyer if you know for a fact the date you the one in jail, you was in jail, and they got documentation in that jail, in that state or whatever, in that court system that put you in the jail. You got documentation saying that you was in jail. I don't know if she was serving time, but I'm gonna just say she was serving. She had to be in jail for a couple of days to cover that date. You know what I'm saying? So all you got to do is go look at the records. Judge, I'm talking about the judge can look through the records. I done gave you the records. All you got to do is make sure they the authenticity. I'm great trying to say a big word I can't say, y'all. My bad. That's on. God dang, I don't supposed to be up here, but y'all get the point. Let's keep going. What make it so bad is I really think if the only thing is they had the wrong date of when they saying that this stuff went down. That's the only thing that'll change all this.
But he was even interested in this lawsuit, in this court case. They agree and some disagree. But, she is self-representing herself, because, hiring a lawyer is a lot of money. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that she's not there? I don't believe that she was there. If she was incarcerated and there are documents to prove so, then I honestly don't believe that she was there. Now, there are some new huge files of Epstein that have been released by the GOP, which includes the infamous missing minute from the jailhouse, and that shows that security was pacing up and down. Now, these files, they can keep it because they've already been told us what these files were. So anything that they're releasing right now is purely damage control ahead of the Epstein conference that is going to happen today in Washington, D.C. These Epstein files mean absolutely nothing. They're not the real things that we need to see. Or one, names have been taken out and extracted, and they're putting this out there for public damage control, and that is only it. Don't believe these new Epstein files that have been released. The 33,295 specifically files, all of them are just absolute BS and unreleased pictures of Ghislaine together with Epstein, and one picture of Ghislaine nude. Like anybody's asking for any of that. We already know they have a relationship. We don't give a damn about these files. Bring the real stuff, drop the real names, let's get into the real conversation. Otherwise, stop wasting our damn time, because we don't have time for this nonsense. Really and truly, guys, we really don't. Now, the whole Kris Jenner Corey Gamble scenario, their relationship breaking down ahead of our faces on all of these articles. They've kept it very quiet, guys, publicly, outside of that video where, she walked away.
Wait a minute. Who walking away? I don't even know. I can't even tell what's going on right here. Wait a minute, man. Okay, she walking away from the dude in the hat. Okay, because I don't know these people.
Names. Let's get into the real conversation. Otherwise, stop wasting our damn time because we don't have time for this nonsense. Really and truly, guys, we really don't. Now, the whole Kris Jenner, Gamble scenario, the relationship breaking down ahead of our faces on all of these articles. They've kept it very quiet, guys, publicly. Outside of that video where, you know, she walked away.
She probably had to go to the bathroom, man. I don't know. I don't know.
It looks like, guys, it's just going to get very messy because he's asking for a financial settlement for all of the help and support and protection that he's given her, but she's refusing to give any money. She's like, why should I give you money? You're a grown-ass man. You wanted to be with me. This was the deal that we had as a partnership, and now suddenly you want out of the partnership. You want to leave the burning house, but you ain't going to leave me in that burning house. You ain't going to get your money. That's not how this is going to work. You already have enough money as it is. If you were somebody who worked for Justin Bieber, was some kind of manager, and missing the fact that you could have elevated your career, that's on you. That's not on me, because you wanted to be with me, and you even be with me has elevated your career. It's basically what Kris is on, saying that I don't want to give this man no money. I don't think that he even deserves any money from me, frankly speaking. He should be grateful for the fact that he was even in my circumference, in the Kardashian circumference household, and he built his name on that. And, you know, this is the bed that Corey lay in. I don't have any sympathy for him in regards to this. You wanted to be in this partnership. You wanted to be in this relationship. You made your bed, lay in it. And, you know, we don't want to hear you about a financial settlement or you wanting money from her and etc. What type of money do you want or deserve? I don't understand. You weren't even married. There's no divorce. Do you understand? There's no divorce agreement. None of that. And that's probably why she didn't want to get married, because, you know, it didn't make sense for them to get married, because after everything with Caitlyn Jenner, it's just going to be a mess. So Corey, please leave quietly with any dignity you have left in this conversation. You don't need any money from her, and these articles stating that you are looking for financial settlements is nothing short of an embarrassing story. As a man especially, just get out of the relationship, go find a place, move to the south of Italy, south of Europe, and just live your life. You don't need to be wanting money from her, because these Kardashian girls will rip you up one by one if you think you're going to try and play with their money, because they already have ironclad people there ready to protect them that you might not even know about. Do you understand? Corey, please, let's not embarrass ourselves. Let's move on from this conversation, move out of the relationship if that's what you want to do. Stop trying to hold on to something that is breaking down, and stop trying to hold on to somebody's money, because you ain't going to get it. You're a grown man. You were in this relationship. Move on. Let me know your thoughts out, guys, when it comes to this video. Do subscribe to the channel, comment down below, and give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. It's just one click to subscribe. Only me. You'd be able to run through all of these conversations and topics coherently in less than 10 minutes so that you guys are wrapped up and included.
Man, I want to hear more about this Jaguar thing, man. So I don't know. Diddy trial teacher tell got chased. Wait a minute. Let me do some research, man. Pause. Resume. Hey, Jaguar Wright reveals every rapper who got infected during Diddy's parties. Since she back, y'all. Jaguar Wright is back. Everybody just, poor thing. People take what Jaguar Wright says, one sentence that Jaguar Wright says, and do a whole video and put all this other stuff in between it and everything. Y'all hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, man. Let's check this bad boy out, man. Let's see what this is about.
Diddy's house.
Diddy's house.
Freak out.
Yeah, it seems to be more lawsuits coming out. Men and women now. It just gets crazy and crazy.
What did I say? They gonna you. They gonna put that 2C on you and let the good times roll, baby. You got Ashton Kutcher in love with Mila Kunis on that 70s show, and they break up for absolutely no reason after he starts hanging out with Diddy. Then he marries Demi Moore, who drained him of all the adrenochrome she can, and apparently he replenished himself by doing inappropriate things with their daughters. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas. Me, real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him.
Oh my God.
Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. And I'm going to say this about you now, baby. Everybody who knows you are dumb as a sack of hair. Truth is, if it wasn't for your singing and your dancing, you would have never been anything more.
The curtain pulls back on a world most of us will never step into, but Jaguar Wright claims she's been there, close enough to smell the champagne and hear the whispers. According to her, Diddy's infamous freak-off parties weren't just flashy events filled with celebrities and music. They were carefully staged carnivals of excess. She insists these nights could make or break reputations, and in some cases, even put lives at risk.
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day.
Millions.
And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party. And he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit.
2020, y'all. Yeah. And it's different than when it was 2016. The game has been elevated. As we can tell, there's no expense being spared. We had a black billionaire. Very good?
Oh, you put that thing on the wall.
So you see how we do it here on Saturday.
You put that thing on them, huh? Is that what you're saying?
Now picture the scene. Private jets landing in places like the Hamptons, Miami, or LA, with the biggest names in music stepping out in designer suits and glittering gowns. They'd head straight to massive mansions where the real action happened behind closed doors. Wright describes living rooms set up like movie sets, champagne towers taller than the guests, and hidden corners where cameras quietly rolled. To the public, it looked glamorous. But to insiders, she says, it was nothing less than a trap. She revealed that the things she experienced with Diddy were monstrous, claiming they nearly destroyed her life. And it didn't stop there. Wright alleged that these parties weren't just about indulgence. They became hubs where life-changing infections were spread, leaving stars unknowingly, or maybe knowingly, caught in the crossfire. One minute, people were clinking glasses over million-dollar deals, and the next, they were tangled in secrets that could haunt them forever. She argued it wasn't just physical harm, it was psychological warfare. The entire setup, she said, felt like blackmail theater.
If Bishop Jakes was at a Diddy party, there could only be two reasons: money or That's all that happens at Diddy parties. I hope it was for money, because arguing about who's going to put the strap on is... that can be a very uncomfortable situation. We're going to pray on it, praise the Lord,
Oh my God.
According to Wright, anyone caught on those freak-off tapes lived in fear. She said stars who ever played a part in those sessions didn't want the truth coming out because it could destroy their brand. And here's where it gets even more shocking. She accused Usher of allegedly sacrificing Justin Bieber by pulling him into the same world of temptation and manipulation. Wright made it clear this wasn't about ritual flames or anything mystical. She described it as innocence being traded away, opportunities exchanged just to survive. Usher, who once had his own mentorship under the same system, was accused of continuing the cycle, guiding Bieber into Diddy's orbit, a place Wright says thrived on control and corruption.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
Think about it. We all remember Bieber as that fresh-faced teen singing about first loves, but Wright painted him as nothing more than a pawn in a much older, darker game. In her words, mentorship in the music industry wasn't always about growth. It could also mean being offered up to keep the empire steady.
You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, you know, he could buy you one also.
Got me a Lamborghini. And
Oh, well, that's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Oh, apparently not.
Some things, everything ain't for everybody.
And at the heart of it all, the so-called blackmail vault. Wright insisted that Diddy didn't just build his empire on hit songs, business ventures, and flashy branding. He built it on secrets. Secrets captured on tapes, confessions whispered at vulnerable moments, files that could be weaponized if anyone dared step out of line. This claim echoed Cassie Ventura's testimony in her trial, where she admitted tapes existed and even confessed that the fear of those videos leaking kept her in check. Wright expanded on that idea, hinting it wasn't just Cassie, but countless stars who found themselves trapped in compromising positions, their careers forever hanging in the balance.
The exchange in text between the two of them. So you're the lawyer representing Diddy. They showed a text of her saying, "Can't wait for the next freak off."
That's what she said.
That's what she said to him.
At one point, Wright broke down, saying that people don't understand the toll this takes. She described the feeling of having something you love ripped away, discarded like it never mattered, while everyone else moves on. She admitted that even decades later, 21 years to be exact, she still felt stuck in that pain, unable to escape the shadow of what she endured.
He did that to me.
Yeah, he said, nah, shut up, bro.
Yeah, he did.
He actually said, take that to you?
To Cassie, I was like, not me. What the hell could I be taking? But I'm smashing him out. And he's like, yeah, you like that? Yeah, take that. I broke out laughing in the middle of freak off. And she started laughing too. He smiled a little bit. He let us laugh it out for a couple of seconds, and he was like, all right, get back to it.
Yo, Art, you know what's crazy, man? Like, and I know I'm gonna get...
Jaguar Wright didn't hold back when she started pointing to the names of those who, in her view, became casualties of Diddy's empire. She singled out Craig Mack as one of the first, a rising talent who seemed to vanish right when his career was peaking. While the public thought he simply faded into obscurity, Wright suggested his downfall wasn't natural at all. It was engineered, the price for crossing a system built on silence. And she didn't stop there. She tied whispers about other big names, Aaliyah, Left Eye, even Michael Jackson, into the same dark circles. The theories only grew louder online when TikTok users noticed an eerie detail. 3 major stars, all gone on the 25th of different months, all connected in some way to the worlds where Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce loomed largest.
And I'm going to say this about you now, baby. Everybody who knows you are dumb as a sack of hair. Truth is, if it wasn't for your singing and your dancing, you would have never been anything more than a sham.
He said, Jaguar said dumb as a sack of hair. God dang. Oh my God, I never heard that one.
Say this about you now, baby. Everybody who knows you are dumb as a sack of hair. Truth is, if it wasn't for your singing and your dancing, you would have never been anything more than a shampoo girl in your mother's shop. And as long as she gets to be the prettiest, and as long as she gets to be the number one, she don't care what nobody do, how they do it. She knew what her father, Matthew Knowles, was doing with all of those other girls in Destiny's Child. She's a whole space cadet. Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
When asked about this so-called beef, Wright brushed it off, saying it wasn't really beef, just competitiveness. But the focus quickly shifted to Jay-Z, and that's when things really heated up. His name, she pointed out, keeps slipping into the narrative. Here's a man who was once celebrated for flipping his hustler past into a billion-dollar empire, but now he finds himself under a different kind of spotlight.
Last time, and Piers Morgan said it, they're not here to defend themselves. Do you think the Carters will speak about any of this? About
Beyonce
what's going on?
Beyonce is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there. How many up people does he have to be around before people see him for who he is?
It seems like these artists are trying to run away from their past. Diddy changed his name multiple times to say, that's not me. I'm trying to move beyond Diddy. I'm love now.
What kind of love? Baby oil love? Baby love? Explicit love, hey!
50 Cent even mocked him online, taunting him about his loyalty to Diddy despite the mogul drowning in legal troubles. Wright, too, zeroed in on Jay-Z's silence, saying that his refusal to address anything only fuels more suspicion.
I look and I go, that should be homie, right? So you image yourself after a gay painter. Big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Then came her harshest words yet. She didn't mince them either. Wright flat out said Sean Carter was guilty, not allegedly, but guilty. She accused him of stripping away the power of real gangsters in Houston while standing side by side with Diddy's empire.
Dad, I know I promised you I'm gonna give you my first Grammy. I have to fight for this one.
She said, want to thank everybody for her first Grammy.
Anyway, I'd like to thank Jay-Z for being a part of this record with me.
She'd like to thank Jigga Man for being the greatest in the world.
Good. Tricky, Dream for writing such a beautiful record. Thank you.
And Beyonce, she wasn't spared either. On TikTok, millions of views piled up on videos claiming that she and Jay-Z weren't just allies, but possible co-conspirators in some of music history's darkest chapters. The so-called evidence, award show moments where stars like Adele or Lizzo pause their own speeches just to shower Beyonce with praise. To some, it looked like admiration. To others, it felt like allegiance, as if praising the Carters was the unspoken price of staying safe in the industry.
Like Kim Burrell said that Jay-Z called her and asked her to come and minister to his wife, who was locked in a room for 12 hours, listening to Kim Burrell records, rocking back and forth and shit. I guess she was trying to break the spell. I don't know.
Fans even dug into J. Cole's song, She Knows, twisting the title into Sean and Knowles, stacking coincidences that conspiracy lovers couldn't ignore. Wright herself called Jay-Z and Beyonce a nasty little couple, claiming she personally knew people willing to testify against them. And once she compared their alleged behavior to what happened with Aaliyah, speculation exploded even further.
I want you to think about this. Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane, to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened.
What made all of this hit harder was how the rumors seemed to line up with courtroom details. Cassie's testimony described freak-off parties that stretched on for days, filled with substances and strangers, orchestrated like some twisted theater. She said she was coerced, blackmailed with footage, and treated more like property than a partner.
It has a lot to do with your presence at the label that you're at, and you know how well you're respected with the people that you're working with. And I put out a lot of...
She was literally on the stand and said, I wanted to do them because I didn't want him to do them with anybody else. She said in the text message, I'm always ready for a freak off. And it's like, instead of taking her words at face value, women are like, actually, she was groomed.
Federal prosecutors even accused Diddy of running his record label like a criminal enterprise, using his resources and staff to fuel his private desires. Suddenly, Wright's accusations didn't sound like wild theories anymore. If Cassie's words matched pieces of what Wright was saying, then maybe, just maybe, these weren't coincidences at all. Maybe they were fragments of a much bigger puzzle that no one in the industry dares to finish.
The last freak-off tape that just got sold on the dark net, which I know because I monitor, Went for $500 million. It had multiple stars in it. Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, Chris Brown, Justin Bieber, Drake. It was a really interesting night in Calabasas.
Oh, they had muted something. They had to mute something in this video. Man.
Wright pushed it further, claiming there were people who made millions through short sales on their stocks after certain events, pointing her finger directly at Sean Carter. Then she asked the question that left people speechless. Why would anyone need non-disclosure agreements for something labeled an accident? Even Damon Dash, once Jay-Z's close ally and Aaliyah's former partner, has spoken out about this whole mess. He admitted he was at one of those Hampton parties nearly 20 years ago, but claimed he didn't stay long. To him, leaving quickly was the smartest move, implying he didn't want to be around to see what really went down afterward. Damon has also described Aaliyah as nothing more than a sacrificial lamb, used, discarded, and covered up in a cycle of exploitation. And that description eerily echoed Wright's own claims about Bieber, Usher, and Diddy. Different generations, same machinery, same system grinding forward.
One point, I went to Philly, followed him all the way to Philly. He threw a party, and he said, yo, Playboy, this party costs $1.5 million to throw. I'm like, you are out of your mind. And I said, Puff, I'll throw you a party for $400. That will rival this party. And he got pissed at me. He said, don't play with me. You know I am. I'm Diddy, you know what I'm saying? I said, no, I'm not. I respect you. But in LA, I'm known for throwing like these cool little parties. So he came to LA to my modest little home. He called like Saturday morning, yo, Playboy, I'm in town, make it happen. I said, cool. So I went into my little phones, called about 200 of the coolest people. They all came to my house. Puff showed up with, SUVs and FBI. It was just, it was crazy. So he gets out and he comes in my house. And he said, oh, that's the girl on that show, and that's the guy on that show. And I said, yeah, we're all friends.
Wright didn't stop there. She even brought up the infamous elevator incident, reminding everyone that Jay-Z once got beat up by his sister-in-law, Solange, and it was caught on camera. She pointed out how fans just brushed it off and didn't step in, almost as if they didn't care. Her implication? That bizarre family drama wasn't just random, it hinted at bigger cracks within the Carter empire itself. Meanwhile, Jay-Z is still battling shadows of his own. He's tied to old court filings from a woman who once accused both him and Diddy of essaying her after the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards. That lawsuit eventually fell apart due to conflicting evidence, but the cloud around it never fully went away. And now, with every connection to Diddy feeling more and more toxic, those old allegations are back in circulation. His lawyers dismissed it as a blackmail attempt, but the internet isn't letting it die, keeping speculation alive instead of closing the chapter. Wright has been brutally direct, accusing Jay-Z of lighting little fires everywhere and walking away without accountability. She even shared how she once admired Diddy, calling him a mogul she looked up to. She admitted she listened to all the artists he made into stars, and when she got her own chance to sign with him, it felt like she had finally made it big. But now, looking back, she frames it differently, like an illusion built on exploitation and control. Her words tug at threads that run across decades, from the Marcy projects to the Hamptons, from secret mansion parties to courtroom trials. According to Wright, this empire wasn't built only on beats, business, and branding, but on the calculated destruction of anyone who dared to resist. And once you start imagining who else might be trapped inside that infamous blackmail vault, it's hard not to wonder who's been forced into silence.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and
Liars.
They were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged.
Damn.
Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged.
Definitely.
Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
She even warned about others still caught up in this, saying people continue to join in those freak-offs with Diddy, but that he's really pissed off. She described sending out a message, telling someone she was about to disappear on them. She made it clear she wouldn't play those games anymore, and her words sounded like a direct threat. If they thought mistreating her would silence her, they were in for a rude awakening. Because what she promised to give them in return wasn't more noise, it was silence, the kind that makes everyone nervous. And that brings us back to Jay-Z's silence. For a man who built an empire by speaking truths and turning hustler stories into billions, his refusal to address Diddy's scandal feels less like caution and more like calculation. This is the same Jay-Z who once admitted selling crack as a teen taught him survival and strategy. If he could be that open about his past, why not now? When his old friend faces racketeering charges, freak-off allegations, and whispers of a blackmail vault filled with the industry's biggest names, his silence leaves everyone wondering, is it protection or proof he knows too much?
It's like this, like Black excellence, they're sitting there like, yeah. It's the billionaire brunch.
Oh,
Like,
I hate you, man.
Unaware of anything going on here. This is the one time I'm going to be with you this year.
Then came Terrence Howard, reigniting the conversation on the PBD podcast when he recalled an encounter that made him believe Diddy tried to exploit him too. The timeline makes Jay-Z's quiet even more suspicious. For decades, we've seen him and Diddy together, on yachts, at award shows, popping bottles. Their careers rose side by side, their reputations tied by proximity. 50 Cent only added fuel, mocking...
You see that? Did you see that? Wait a minute, Puffy?
On yachts, at award shows, popping bottles. Their careers rose side by side, their reputations tied by
That's it. I done seen enough. Diddy is you don't why are you touching that man's lips? I don't care who you think you are. I wouldn't want to touch another man's lips, man. Come on, man. Did y'all see that?
For decades, we've seen him and Diddy together, on yachts, at award shows, popping bottles. Their careers rose side by side, their reputations tied by proximity.
Man.
50 Cent only...
If I was that dude, I would have stole the living mess out of him. I ain't gonna let no man put their hands on my lips. Oh my God, man. Maybe that's why.
He added fuel, mocking Jay-Z online and pointing to those old photos as proof of a deeper loyalty. If Jay really wanted to cut ties, he's had years to do it. Instead, the silence only echoes louder, every unanswered question hitting like a beat dropped in an empty studio. And the whispers don't stop at business. Rumors have long swirled about what really happened at Diddy's private gatherings, some described as ritualistic performances. Jaguar Wright fueled these claims, saying nights weren't just about indulgence, but eerie reenactments of tragedy. Allegedly, Aaliyah's name was invoked at parties, masks were passed around, and guests watched twisted dramatizations of her final flight. Others say Left Eye's crash or even Michael Jackson's last moments were mimicked as part of bizarre ceremonies. Even symbolism in music gets pulled in. Some fans pointed to Jay-Z's video with Nas and DJ Khaled, claiming the checkerboard imagery was tied to occult signs. It all sounds wild until you see the patterns. 3 icons gone on the 25th of different months, all linked to the same circle of collaborators. TikTok poured fuel on it, looping J. Cole's track, She Knows, twisting the title into Sean and Knowles. Millions debated, and suddenly a far-fetched theory started to feel like another puzzle piece hiding in plain sight. What people forget is that these freak-offs weren't random chaos. They ran like a business. Everything was organized. Fleets of private jets for select guests, 5-star hotel suites across LA, Miami, Paris. Even the entertainers were hand-picked and rotated like assets. Behind the velvet ropes, it looked glamorous, but underneath, it resembled a shadow economy, where power was traded through bodies, secrets, and silence. One insider described the setup as Wild King Nights, where Diddy and his guests would head to a hotel or his home, and staff had to prep the room with things like baby oil and Astroglide. This so-called freak-off economy turned into its own underground marketplace. Every bottle, every hotel suite, every private jet ran through channels tied to Diddy's empire. The parties became so frequent and extravagant that they created a whole pipeline of workers, pilots, stylists, security, whose paychecks depended on them. That reliance gave him more than money. It gave him silence and cover.
Meek, real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there.
Damn. The reason why I think it ain't real, man, because it's almost like I can hear 3 different voices. Maybe it was three people in the room. Who knows, man? Watch
Gave
this.
him silence and cover.
Meek, real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him.
Whoever says stop, that sounds like a whole different voice to me.
Nikki put that out there. That Nikki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas.
But the other dude that was doing all the talking about it, the bodyguard dude, he said he recorded it. He put the phone up on his shoulder and everything. See, it's always too many different stories, man. I think they all working together.
She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek. She just wasn't going to tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
The darker part, profits flowed at every level, from luxury brands to record labels to suppliers keeping the machine alive. It wasn't just wild nights, it was structured, monetized, and blurred the line between celebration and exploitation. Prosecutors say this setup looks a lot like racketeering. Seen this way, the freak-offs weren't indulgence, they were financial weapons. With tapes allegedly rolling and debt stacking, stars who owed him both favors and money could be controlled easily. Secrets and cash kept his empire standing, while walking away meant ruin or exposure. One voice even asked bluntly, is he really this gangster behind the scenes? Or is that just the image? And that's the scariest part. If this freak-off economy really existed, it means the scandal seeps beyond closed doors. The music, the tours, even the flashy award shows may have been built on exploitation. If true, Diddy's power wasn't just about hits. It was about building a network where everyone had something to lose, and he was the only one guaranteed to win. Damon Dash once called Aaliyah a sacrificial lamb, taken too soon to protect others while silencing her story. Coming from someone who loved her, those words hit hard. And when Wright described stars being used and discarded in strange rituals, it made people wonder, are the brightest lights only safe until they stop playing along?
When he did the record with Jay, that's why I was that was almost like one of the things where I was just like, he's out of here, Jake. I just let it go because I couldn't believe he did a project with her, with R. Kelly, knowing that he had raped my girl.
You know, I've known Puff for 30 years.
Wow.
I haven't been to any one of his parties, especially on the LA side, you know, not even in probably 20 years. So that was the 4th of July, and that's when he was with Jennifer Lopez. He had a barbecue. You know, we were all staying in one house, me, Aaliyah, Jay, a couple of friends. That night, no one knew who Aaliyah was with, and that's how we wanted it. You know, because at the time, her and I, you know, we hadn't like actually gone there like that yet, and you know, me and Homeboy was both trying, so no one knew who was messing with who. And you know, that night we left early. I left with Aaliyah. And that's the night that the magic happened with Aaliyah and I. So that was a magical night for me.
Another voice even admitted it seems suspicious when you look back at history, saying some people can make you go away if you talk too much. They confess they've worried about their own safety just for speaking out. The ripple effects stretch far beyond gossip. Cassie Ventura's testimony confirmed blackmail tapes existed and that fear of exposure was the chain keeping her quiet. Prosecutors claim Diddy ran his empire like a criminal enterprise, built on secrecy, coercion, and intimidation. If that's true, then Wright's talk of vaults, sacrifices, and rituals doesn't sound like fantasy. It sounds way too real.
She also testified that the longest freak-off her and Diddy had lasted 4 days.
Bruh, I can't imagine having for 40 minutes. You talking about 4 days. My man, that's a lot of freaking off. Well, they had tag teams or something?
We've already seen careers destroyed, reputations crash, and lawsuits pile up. So what if the next collapse isn't random at all, but calculated? That's what makes Jay-Z's silence feel haunting. Is he quiet to stay out of it, or because he knows too much? And here's the real question. Could the public forgive a hustler's past, but not complicity in something bigger? If Beyonce and Jay-Z are as tied in as Wright claims, silence might not protect them anymore. It might drag them down too. If Aaliyah's fate was a warning, if Left Eye and Michael Jackson weren't coincidences, then how many more names are already caught in this system, hiding in plain sight? How many stars are smiling on stage while secretly praying their secrets stay buried? So we're left asking, are these just wild conspiracy theories? Or is Jaguar Wright cracking open a vault the industry never wanted us to see? The world is watching. Let me know what you think in the comments, because this story is only getting darker. And remember, nothing in fame is ever what it seems.
Oh, excuse me, y'all. I caught a cold coming back in the country, man. Jaguar, she talks a whole lot, man. But I swear, man, I gotta say at least 95 to 98% of what she's saying is real, man. It's just the reason why a lot of people don't believe what she's saying is real, because she can't prove everything. You know what I'm saying? It's just what she saw or whatever. You know, look here. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. I got more videos to do and all that type of stuff. So y'all take it light, take it slow. Tell them Uncle Mike told you so. Peace out.